I'm Joe Garagiola. My name is Alan Johnson, and I'm an alcoholic and a sex addict. My name is My name is Alan Johnson, and I'm a writer and performer living in Seattle, Washington. I have a really hard time describing myself. I don't do it much in front of other people. I describe myself when I'm on the toilet or when I'm sitting in the bathtub or washing dishes or driving the truck. I describe myself as an imbecile and someone who is stumbling in good faith through my life and trying to learn from my mistakes, which doesn't doesn't always happen. I would describe myself as an American blue-collar artist, person who's trying his best to be a decent human being. The type of work I do is text-based. It is grounded fundamentally in the body, the breath. My work as a performer has its genesis in my work as a poet and as a spoken word artist. I do like to use my actual physical body in my work. I like to be in front of an audience. I like to be in the room as I'm presenting what I have to present with this chest, head, voice, hands, legs, head. I have almost no idea what Another You is about. It's so hard to say what it's about.
I went out for breakfast on my day off, after maybe an hour of reading. I put on my boots and jeans. I wear the same thing every day. It helps me think, or be able to think. The clothes are like a reminder. I get dressed and it's like, all right, where were we?
Another You is a solo performance that is about striving and failure and God and our distance from whatever it is that we try to call God. It is a series of interwoven monologues where I attempt to get to what it is to be a human American male.
I really have not grown up. I think at this point there's not really a big chance that I ever will. It's so many men, like they lose that kid inside themselves. They kill it on purpose, out of some need for strength or safety or power. And that right there, that is the heart of the patriarchy, right there. That decision to live numb, that living death.
The way I wrote this play was a long, long process. The play was written mostly in the booths at the Hopvine pub on 15th Avenue East. I would sit down and bring notebooks and yellow legal pads and scraps from wherever, the back of a napkin, and assemble and compose this sitting at the bar drinking pints.
This one week he came home just beat, just dog tired. It was either a Friday night or a Saturday night. He's home from work and, Dad, will you swing me? Come on, will you swing me? That finally, down on one knee, looks at me, he's ready, he claps, and I run. Last minute, takes his hands away, hits me low in the shins with one hand, high between the shoulder blades with the other, and I'm flying. I'm flying up and out over the stairs, floating. And I land and my chin is opened up and I hit my head and I end up against this back wall.
People will approach me after a performance and they'll say, how much of that was true? And which I kind of love. And the fact is that every single syllable, every sentence is autobiographically true. It is all true.
The heart reads in amplitudes and strengths of feeling. The heart which craves connection. To the heart, this feels the same as this.
Sharing this work and sharing at times deeply intimate personal details and stories does change. It has the effect of changing what those stories do to me in my waking life, day to day. What it does for me is render a lot of the most difficult material less toxic and less taboo, and I would hope that that has an effect upon audiences where material that is on its face, either A, shocking, or B, taboo, or both, becomes something that can be discussed and can be brought out into the open and can be okay. It's not okay at all, but it's okay to talk about it.
If loving someone is the agreement to go through all of the work and all of the failure that love involves, then we need to believe here and here.
I'm earning my living now as an apartment manager. I take care of an apartment building on Capitol Hill at 15th and Madison. And it's weird and it's great. It's new, I've never done this before. I'm a boiler guy. I was hired because I'm a heating mechanic. I'm a hydronics technician. I'm staying here for the foreseeable future because it lets me write and work and walk and make my own day. What inspires me? Risk. I'm inspired by people who are able to be actively afraid. I'm inspired by people who are able to move through their own fear and talk. Jesse Bernstein, Stephen Jesse Bernstein, was somebody who I never met. He killed himself a couple weeks before I got to Seattle, so I never met him. But I encountered his work as I was working as a poet in Seattle in the early 90s, and he was on everybody's tongue, mouth, on their breath, the words, this name, Stephen Jesse Bernstein. I began to gather whatever writing of his I could, and some stuff on tape, and there was some fiction that was available. Stephen Jesse Bernstein resonates with me deeply because of his, just dirty joy. This real, like, just unrepentant, brave, full-on, reckless ability to be unrepentantly himself. He was a flawed, genuine, beautiful poet, and I would love to have met him. Fantastic. I feel like I've been mentored by a dead man.
Thank you for what isn't working, for what isn't being said. Thank you. Thank you so much for what I cannot do and will never say. Please bring me 5 honest minutes. Please bring me one true sentence, one look in the face of this life. Let me know before I'm done.
I guess it would be a lie to say I don't want to be remembered. I don't want to be, remembered. I'd like to be remembered. And if I was to be remembered, I think I'd like to be remembered as somebody who was generous with his love and generous with his time. And I'd like to be remembered as someone who didn't fake it. Yeah.
Then erase my memory. Please tell me the name I can't remember.
Hey, man.
What's going on?
To see you, man.
Thank you. Cheers. Thank you. Respect, circumscribe, elliptical, elided, find 10 more synonyms, path to